My money is my money, but your money is our money.
I think I can even understand why someone would say my money is my money and your money is our money.
There's this popular question that people always ask their partner, especially their female partner. Dima,
Yeah.
what do you bring to the table? I feel like I hate the idea of 50-50 because I'm more of the idea of 100-100. Like, because how do you measure values? I feel like a lot of times when people are talking about
50-50
they lay more emphasis
on
on
the
money.
Money is just an aspect of it. Most relationships are transactional because you're expecting to get something in return. Let's say, for
because you're
example,
giving.
you're giving, do you get? Like, but when it becomes way too transactional, that's when
Yeah.
it becomes a problem. Some people could also choose to go for this 50-50 just because of probably from the experiences they've had. There are some people that, okay, maybe in the relationship, they gave their 100 and the partner
Yes.
gave probably 30. It can make sense to some extent when you say you're at the table.
Yes.
Why I'm saying that is just
Hi, Dima.
Hi Chi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I've been good though. It's been a nice week. I have a lot of things on my itinerary, so just trying to sort them out this weekend. Yeah, adulthood.
I think for me too, something somewhat similar. I'm traveling, so I've been
nice.
packing. I'm traveling for the whole of July. I won't be in Berlin. I'll go from
We're going
Cyprus.
to miss you.
So from Cyprus, I'm staying 2 weeks in Cyprus. Then I come back to Berlin. Let's say a day. The next day, I'm leaving for UK.
Okay. So guys, today we are going to be talking about 50-50 in relationships, be it marriage or dating or any other thing. And I think I wanted to be sure, but because this 50-50 topic has been on for a long time, I wanted to be sure exactly what 50-50 meant. So from the definition I saw online, 50-50 means like paying equally in every aspect of the relationship.
Yeah.
There's this popular question that people always ask their partner, especially their female partner.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
What do you
bring to the table? So,
I
Chidinma,
am
Chidinma,
Yeah.
what do you bring to the table?
I am the table.
So
I
guys,
am the table.
we're going to be breaking
We're
this
going to be
table
breaking
today.
this table today. Like,
Yeah, so 50-50. What's your opinion about 50-50 in relationships? Let's say a very committed relationship.
I'm very sorry, but
Yeah.
I don't believe in 50-50. And I have some reasons why. So I like the fact that we have our core strengths.
Yes.
Let's focus on our core strengths and do what we have to do. Because if we ever have to do 50-50, there are some days that it won't favor me. Let's say, for example, when I get pregnant. In Germany, if you're on leave or maternal leave, you get a particular amount of money paid. I won't be able to earn what I'm earning when I was not pregnant.
Yes.
So if we ever have to do 50-50, it will not favor me because now I will have less money to
But
bring.
then you're carrying the child now. Do you understand? See, I totally my view is your view. Like I have a similar view as you because this whole idea of 50-50 is not even like achievable. I can't imagine myself like I have a partner that I'm sharing my life, like I'm building a life with, and then we are sharing. Okay, if I cook today, you're going to cook tomorrow. If I sweep today, you're going to sweep. It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
So it doesn't bring out people's best skills or interest. I like cooking, for example. I don't mind being the one cooking in my household. I'm working and I'm earning enough money. So I don't understand why I would be like two people can never be equally the same
At all.
And if you start like being too calculative about what everybody is bringing, that is no longer love.
There's no joy. I don't think
joy in
there'll
it.
be joy in it. Do you get?
Yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, whenever I visit, like now I'm traveling, whenever I visit, so I don't raise a pin. I don't know how to explain it.
Your partner obviously like
He enjoys it because that's the way the way he shows you love is act of service.
Yeah.
Do you get?
So imagine you doing 50-50 and depriving him of the things that he
enjoys doing.
And
Do you get?
you're stressing to do those things.
Do you get? Because it doesn't derive me joy because I grew up in a very large household and I'm the first daughter. So I did a lot of chores. I cooked for 15, 16 people. Some days I cooked for 20 people. So it made me hate cooking so much because it was so stressful. Like I would do the breakfast, sometimes I would do lunch, I would do dinner. Some days even when I share with my siblings, we start to run away from it because it was tedious. It was, our house was big. So cleaning the house, you clean it now, next thing, because you're a lot of people, it's already dirty, you have to clean it again. Then when you're washing clothes, I'm washing clothes for my 5 younger ones because we're young. So they couldn't do it. So I have to do it. So I did a lot of house chores that I hate anything that had to do with house chores. So imagine now being in a relationship and you're telling me I should do it 50. Like this house that we live in now, anytime it's my turn to clean, I dread it so much. Like if I have enough money to pay for someone to come here and clean every week, I would do it. Do you get? Because I don't
Definitely.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
So in my relationship, 50-50 will not work for me because
I
my
don't
partner,
like the
my current partner enjoys doing
all
all
those
the
other
cooking
things.
because that's the way he shows love. Cooking, he uses cooking to distress.
Yes.
So cooking brings him joy. Like sometimes even when I go and I try to clean, he'll tell me don't worry because there's a particular way he likes his house to be clean. Do you get?
Yeah.
So it will not work for me. Another thing why it doesn't even make sense to me, like, let's say, for example, we're doing the 50-50 and maybe I'm earning more than my partner or my partner is earning more than me. And because we have to do the 50-50, I'm seeing that the other party with the 50-50 probably is suffering because whatever they have left after we do the 50-50 is not much. I can't watch you suffer. Do you get? So I just believe that if I'm in a committed relationship with you, not just dating, like I mean, like we are working towards something, I'm in a committed relationship, it means that I love you and watching you stress yourself doesn't bring me joy. And I think it should also be vice versa. Do you get? So
exactly what it should be.
Exactly. So what we do is that whoever, let's say your core strength is this, like, maybe for example, I want to go out and have fun. I'm the one suggesting the fun. So most of the time
initiates the idea,
I pay for it. Do you get? And I don't do any calculation because it's something that already brings me joy. So why am I calculating it? If let's say for example, he wants to cook this amazing meal, he funds everything down to the water, the groceries, all the protein, whatever we want to cook. He goes, he spends the money and he does that. And it works for us like that. So I don't think 50-50 will ever work for me. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't know if it ever works for anybody. But me, I absolutely don't like the idea. I feel like I hate the idea of 50-50 because I'm more of the idea of 100-100. Like, give it your all.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter because how do you measure values?
Exactly.
How do you measure that I'm giving in an equal value? In a household, for example, it doesn't matter who is earning more. Even if I'm earning more, it doesn't mean that I'm higher than this other person because there are so many other values that he's bringing.
Exactly, that your money will not be able to.
Do you understand?
Cover.
If I like cooking, like he might be bringing a lot of emotional support, or he might like cleaning, he might like doing this, like this other stuff, and that is a lot of value on its own.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times when people are talking about
50-50,
they lay more emphasis
on the money. Money is just an aspect of it.
Money is good.
It's great, but exactly, it's an aspect of the relationship because you could have all the money, but you're miserable. Do you get? I'm not saying you should go and date someone that is broke or poor, no. But what I'm just saying is that money is very important, but there are other things that you should check when checking for the 50-50.
Other values that might be as equally important as money. Exactly,
because there are other values. Is the person empathetic enough? Is the person kind to you? Because there are some people that have zero emotional IQ. Do you get?
Yes.
So like, yes, they might bring all the money in the world, but when you look, you're sad, you're not happy in the relationship. So I just believe that like how you said it, 100-100, tap into the best skills of your partner. So whatever their core strength is, focus on your core strength. I focus on my core strength. And then when we meet together, it makes it easier. It's seamless. Nobody is doing what they don't want to do. Nobody is unhappy because, I have to bring this or I have to do this. Do you get?
So I really feel like if you genuinely care about someone, when you're spending on someone that you care about, you're not even checking how much you're spending.
Exactly.
You're not calculating. But if I start checking that, I spent 50 euros on you already, you're supposed to spend
50 euros on me.
It's no longer love, it's entitlement and expectation.
Not even, I feel like it's now extremely transactional. I'm not saying like most relationships are transactional because you're expecting to get something in return. Let's say, for example, you're giving, do you get? Like, but when it becomes way too transactional, that's when it becomes a problem because now, are you doing these things out of love for me or out of obligation that, because we are doing 50-50, I bought you wristwatch, hence you have to buy me handbag.
It takes away all the happiness because now it's almost like a job. It's almost like a role. You're trying to fulfill the role, whether you're happy or not. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, it takes away the joy in the whole process.
Yeah, but then also, like when I look at it from a different angle of like 50-50, I to some extent also get it when people want to do 50-50. I'm not saying that 50-50 is bad, but it just doesn't work for me and the idea I have about a relationship or a marriage. But like, some people could also choose to go for this 50-50 just because of probably from the experiences they've had. There are some people that, maybe in the relationship, they gave their 100 and the partner gave probably 30.
Yes.
So they felt very cheated.
But what does it mean to give 30? Is it like not to like bring enough money or not to bring enough attention?
So it could be 30 in a way that I'm always spending on us. Like, everything that has to do with finance, I'm mostly covering it. Like, when I talk to you about it, you're not even moving body because you've seen that you've gotten too comfortable that I'm always doing it. So there are some people that don't even put in the effort. Now, if we take out the money aside, let's say, for example, we both live in a house and then every day I'm washing the plates. and maybe there's no other place you're supporting. You finish eating, you just dump your plate in the sink, expecting me to wash it. And I do it every day, and I don't for one day see you trying to support me to do that.
Yeah.
Do you get? So people that do 50-50, it could just be that, oh, I don't want to feel cheated. Because there are some people that you will say, oh, come with your 100, but the other person's 100 might never be your 100. The other person's 100 could be your 30. And then you feel cheated, like, oh, okay. Just say, for example, like I said, how like my partner enjoys cleaning and cooking. There are some days that he might not have the strength to do that. I'm supposed to come in and help. You get? But imagine me that those days that he doesn't want to do it, I'm also relaxed because it's not my duty. You get? But if it's 50-50, he knows that the days he's relaxing are the days he earned to relax. So some people that might want to do that 50-50 are people that don't want to feel cheated. Do you get? Because some people can be very lazy, Choma. Some people can be very, very lazy. Some people become very complacent when they notice that, oh, this person does this thing, so why do I have to do it? They will not assume that is your response, and they will not assume that is your responsibility. Do you get?
Anyway, so, I mean, if you're coming from that angle, I can understand, because I don't know the dynamics of other people's relationship. But I just feel like it won't be obtainable in my own relationship, because I'm not somebody that likes to play by the book. It's so boring, you know. Like, imagine like setting up a set of rules that you have to respect. Like, oh, Monday is your turn to cook. Tuesday, I feel like it's not going to work for me. I would rather like live in my relationship and do all the things that I would do for myself. I would be living as if, okay, you know, I'll be doing everything that I normally like would want to do, and I would expect my partner to do everything that he likes to do as well.
Exactly.
You know, that's the best way you can, like, things are always in place. We can have a discussion and say that, okay, you handle this aspect because you're better at it. You know, but I wouldn't come and say, oh, like, we have to balance, I'm doing this. So what are you going to? I feel like everybody should bring in their best. Whatever, if my partner is earning more money, you bring in more money. If I'm better at emotional support, I will contribute that to the relationship. And
I agree. I think another thing too is also to check out the person you want to be in a relationship with. So it's not like you go and get a douchebag, be it male or female, and then you're suffering. Because there are some people probably, like I said before, it's just because the experience they've had with people. There are some people that are annoyingly annoying. Like, when I mean this is that in that relationship, they just feel like, how I said, feel like they're at the table, like, because you've gotten me, especially maybe let's say maybe you're extremely handsome or you're extremely pretty, you feel like that is enough. So you don't have to do any more thing in the relationship because I am the trophy partner. I am, a lot of people are looking for me. And because you have me, you're supposed to feel lucky to have me. And at the end, they leave the burden of the relationship to the other partner. That's where 50-50 would make sense. Do you get? So that's why I don't entirely hate the idea of the 50-50. But with my current relationship, 50-50 will not work for me.
I don't think it would work for me either. I guess, however, that maybe like the people that would demand for that in their relationship are people who then feel like their partners are not like contributing as much as they
exactly.
Because if both of them are contributing like their best, I don't see how this would be a question in a relationship.
Exactly. I watched my friend go through like her pregnancy phase, and she gave birth and all, and I watched how supportive her partner was, and it was very, very interesting. So I probably would have seen how challenging it could have been if they had to do it 50-50, because imagine they had to do it 50-50 and her salary has been cut to more than half. She won't be able to meet up with the 50-50. You get? So like it's interesting. Just at the end of the day, try to find people who make sense. Try to date or marry people who have the same value as you, who love you, people who care about you. It's very, very important. It solves a lot of
problems, a lot of these questions.
Exactly, because like if you have someone that care about you, so like just for example, like my mom, I cannot be doing like calculating how much I'm spending on my mom or my siblings because I love them so much. You get? I just feel like when you love someone so much, you wouldn't really care about a lot of things because you just want to make sure those people are happy. So imagine 100%, like the both of you love yourself so much and you want to do things to make each other happy.
Amazing stuff.
It's mind blowing. Do you get?
So like you mentioned earlier, like there are some people that when you especially women, there are some people that when you ask this question, what do you bring to the table? They will be like, I am the table. What's your take on that answer to this question?
I think it can make sense to some extent when you say you're at the table. Why I'm saying that is just the childbearing aspect. Choma, I have watched my close friend go through this. And I don't know if I'll be ready to ever want to do it. It is a lot. I won't lie to you. Like, that's why I just start with childbearing first. Like,
Yeah.
I'll still go back to answering the full question, but like, just I was in the labor room with her,
Yeah.
and what she went through. Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Like, what she went through was not funny
Yeah.
in any way. Do you get? So, like, when I look at it, I'm not saying that you should not bring any other thing to the table, but
Yes.
just a woman bearing your child alone is a long way. Like, you can never, ever understand
Yeah.
what it means for your body to go from what it used to be
Yeah.
to look different. There are some
pain
women,
you
there's
have
some
to go
women that
through.
once they give birth, they are never the same again.
Yeah.
There's some women that put on a lot of weight. There's some women that get ill. Especially, like, I got to learn that
Yeah.
when you use epidural to give birth, like to reduce the pain, like the epidural injection they give you, some lead to paralysis.
Yeah, most likely.
Some of them have forever back pain. Do you get? And then, like, so when I look at some of the things that women bring into marriage, especially when it comes to childbearing, I feel like someone could say, oh, that's enough. But because of the current society we live in, where a lot of things are hard now.
Yes.
Do you get? You saying that you're at the table is probably not enough anymore. Like, people need support.
Yeah.
People need, you need to be intelligent. You need to be smart.
Yeah.
If you're going to raise kids, for you to raise another human being, you need to have a level of understanding and knowledge. Do you get? So you saying like you're the table,
The table is not tabling.
it's not tabling anymore. Do you get? We need more.
Yeah.
You need to be able to contribute to the household. You need to be able to transfer some intelligence or even raise your kids right.
Yeah.
You need to be able to support your partner the best way you can, because have you seen the rent these days? When it comes to finance, like, one person cannot do it alone. So I don't fully believe that you are the table.
Yeah.
I just feel like you could bring something more than than just giving birth. Like I'm saying, is huge. Please, giving birth is extremely huge, but I just feel like your partner also needs support.
Yeah.
Your partner needs emotional support, physical support, mental support, and so on. So that's my take on it. How about you?
I believe similar to what you said. Yeah, women being able to bear a child is a lot of value on its own.
Yeah.
But I also understand that in a functional family, a man is as pregnant as a woman. Like, when if it's a man that is very supportive of the woman, he's equally pregnant, even though he would never be able to feel it the way a woman feels it. But a supportive husband would go through the journey with the wife,
Yeah.
Based on that, both of them have covered that aspect.
Yeah.
But you have to talk about other aspects like finances and these other things that like actual values needs to So I don't believe that
you are the table.
That you are the table.
You're more than just
value,
your
you're more than the values around you, like the table and the other things on top of it. Yeah. If you're an empty table, you're not tabling.
Because exactly. Because like, if you're empty and then you give birth to children, how do you expect to raise these kids?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you're bringing the emotional support, you're bringing maybe even if you're not bringing the finances,
you're bringing your brain.
Yeah. If your partner is financially stable and he can handle the both of you, that's okay.
That's fine. But there are other things too.
Emotional support. You can bring the warmth. You can be doing some of the cooking and even giving your husband advice, like intellectual advice. That's a lot of value.
A lot of value.
So in that, and this is not the table. This is not what is on the table.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to be with someone else, you need to add value to that person in one way or the other.
I've heard people that would also say that they're bringing sex to the table. I mean, you're enjoying sex from your partner as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a one-way thing.
Yeah.
It's like a two-way thing.
Yeah.
So do better.
Yeah, we should do better. Have you also heard this popular statement by some of our ladies, some of our enlightened ladies who would say that your money is my money. Like, my money is my money, but your money is our money.
I've heard it a lot of times, and I always try to look at things in two different ways.
Yes,
I think that's a problem with me. I always look at things in two.
You play the devil's advocate.
Yes, in two different ways.
Yeah.
I think I can even understand why someone would say my money is my money and your money is our money.
Okay.
And then in some ways it just sounds stupid to say my money is my money and our money is our money. Now, when does it make sense? So when it makes sense to say my money is my money and your money is our money is, let's say, for example, we've agreed that I'm going to be a housewife. And you're going to go out there. Yes. I'm putting my career for you to go out there and represent us and fetch the money.
Yes.
And then someone dashes me money. Let's say a sibling sends me money. my day is my money. Like, not that maybe if the family is in ruin, I wouldn't
Yes.
come out to support you. But in that aspect, I'm using the money to spoil myself. It is my money because I am believing that with me sitting back at home and we've checked it, that you know that you going out alone to get
Yeah.
money will take care of everything we need in the
Yeah.
house, then your money is our money.
That
My
is
money
a
is my money.
very innocent situation.
It's very
which
innocent,
is
yes.
The most
That's exactly
understandable.
that's why I'm looking at it in two different ways.
Yes.
Now, when it sounds stupid, when you say my money is my money and your money is our money, is
Yes.
that the both of you are out there working. With the current situation, let's say for example, your husband is doing the best that he can, but there is just so much you can earn because of probably his skills
Yes.
or the kind of career he has chosen. And then probably you're doing better than the man, or maybe even people are doing equal, or maybe you're not even doing better than him, but you're also out there working. And then you see your man struggling. You have this money, but you cannot help
Yeah.
because you think, oh, is it his sole responsibility to
Yes.
take care of all of us? It doesn't make any sense,
add up.
because how would you stay and watch someone you love suffer? Because I've seen where one man came complaining, this my money is my money, your money is our money. His job got affected.
Yeah.
So the level of income he was earning before was not as much.
Yeah.
And the wife was already had a business that he opened for the wife, right? He opened this business for the wife. Now, because his business had sort of collapsed in a way, the children were attending a very expensive school. So he could no longer, as the man of the house, pay for such school fees, and he wanted to stop the children from attending that expensive to a cheaper school that he could afford.
Yes.
The wife raised hell that her children can never
They're
go
not
to
man
government.
enough.
Exactly, her children cannot go. Okay, but she's not supporting because she believes that her money is her money,
Yeah.
and the man's money is their money.
Even at the expense of your own
Even
children.
at the expense of your own children. Do you get? So it sounds very stupid because
Yeah.
your children are suffering. Instead of you to help your husband pay the school fees, if you want your children to remain in this expensive school, but then she says no because she cannot use her money to take care of family because
Yes.
her money is her money. In that way, it doesn't now make sense anymore, because why are we now together if we cannot support one another?
Yeah.
You get? So in this aspect now, it doesn't make any sense.
doesn't make
In my household, my money is not my money, or let's say in my future household, because I don't have a household, but like in my future household, it will be my money is our money,
Yeah.
our money, your money is our money.
Yeah.
Because I'm believing that once I'm getting married to you, we're a unit.
Yes.
So we should be able to help one another the best way we can. So that's it for me.
In my own opinion, I feel like I have a situation where I think like that statement might make sense.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, okay, you already like said the same thing. Let's say, for example, that two people, both partners are working,
Yeah.
right? But the man is quite traditional. He believes in a woman's role, like, oh, you're supposed to cook and clean and do all this women role. In that situation, it might make sense.
It will make sense to say my money is my money.
Yeah, because then you've taken the role
Role
of
of
a
provider.
man, do you understand? Of a provider, and you're providing the money.
Yeah.
Then the woman is okay to like
say
to be earning her money,
money
and
and-
because she's doing the other work
Yeah.
that a woman should do.
Exactly.
So if it works for you guys, it makes sense. But
Yeah.
generally, I'm not in support of that statement, especially when I see where two people who are working and earning a very good salary, and they have things that they need to build together, but the woman is waiting on the man to do all these other things. And what now triggers me the most is when such women now make extra demands on the man to be doing the cleaning and the cooking and all these things equally.
Exactly.
So if you think that his money is our money and my money is my money, then focus on doing the other things that a woman should do. But if you want him to be this perfect husband who will do the cleaning and the cooking
and also still provide
breakfast in
fully.
bed, do you understand? And still provide all. Omo, who are you?
Who
This
are
makes
you?
sense.
Like
Like you must be a queen or a princess or
exactly
something.
true. Like this makes sense.
Yeah.
Very true. Because like if we are going to go the traditional way, then you don't expect him to help out in the house
Yeah.
as well, because he is now going to do what a man is supposed to.
Because it's almost like the man is now paying for everything, and you have to bid to his willings. You know, you have to like submit to all his biddings because he's taking care of you like financially. Like he's really the one paying for everything that you want, that you're earning, basically.
When I was growing up, the agreement my dad and my mom had was that my dad was going to be the sole provider.
Yeah.
And my mom, she was going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
But like, teachers, they go 9 to
Yes.
2 or thereabouts. So she is supposed to nurture the home.
Yeah.
So my mom's salary was really, really little. So like 100% of the financials, like everything we had to do
Yeah.
came from my dad. So it was more of like my mother's money was
Yeah.
her money.
Yeah.
And my dad's money was their
Because there
money.
was the financial
Because there was
imbalance.
exactly
And there was
because
need for that.
there was need for that, and it was an agreement between the both of them. So my dad was earning exceptionally higher than her,
Yeah.
and the money he was bringing back home took care of every other thing.
Yes.
Took care of her, took care of their 7 kids, took care of everything. Do you get?
Yeah.
So in that aspect, it makes sense because now my father never like cooking was not, and it was my mother's role
Yes.
to make sure that morning, afternoon, night, there was food in the house. Do you get? Cleaning the house, taking care of the children, everything, washing our clothes, everything was. My father never bothered about it because the agreement between him and his wife is that he will protect and provide.
Yeah.
So he made sure we had security, we had a roof over our head. He built a house. He
Yeah.
made sure that everybody was comfortable. My mom was comfortable. All the cars my mom drove, my dad bought all of them.
Yeah.
Do you get? So he worked for them. So I just believe that if you have to do my money is my money, your money is our money,
Yeah.
then you have to assume the role of a woman, which is to nurture and take care of the
Yeah.
home, while the man assumes his role.
Yeah.
So watching from what my parents did, I wouldn't want to do that because I also want to go out and pursue my career. Do you get? So that approach, it will work for a lot of people. It's amazing.
Good.
It's
I think it's
amazing.
probably where I borrowed the ideology of 100, giving it
Yeah.
your all, because that was how it was in my own
Exactly.
household. Both my parents were working. My dad was earning more, but I don't know how they did it. They really balanced their responsibilities. Because my dad was earning more, he was like doing the bulk of the
financial
expenses. Yeah.
provision.
So maybe like buying bag of rice, water, like the things that needs to be bought in bulk. But my mom was responsible for buying the food stuff
the
and
little
buying us
things,
Christmas
the
clothes, and additional, like every season my dad would give her extra money to add to the one she has, and she would buy everybody Christmas clothes. That's how I feel like you should be, because when everybody brings their best. My mom was hustling her hustle. My dad was doing his thing. And my dad lived alone when he was still
As a bachelor.
working. Yeah, not as a bachelor per se, like when he had already had us, because he was living in a nearby city. So he would come home every weekend. And my brothers also like joined him like most of the time. So sometimes like when he's coming home, he brings the leftover food. And if you taste this man's food, oh my God, like
Very
he was cooking.
keen, yeah.
Do you understand? And that's how in my household, even the guys and the girls are raised like equally. The guys, they cook, and the girls, they cook as well. So there's nothing like, oh, you're a guy, because you're supposed to know how to like take care of yourself.
Yeah.
If in a household, for example, a guy is the one that prefers to cook, he should cook.
Exactly.
Because there's nothing wrong
There's
about
nothing wrong
a man
with
cooking
that.
for a woman,
Yeah.
So I feel like I really want to borrow a similar ideology where I just give in my best and expect my partner to give his
Giving their
best as well.
Yeah. But for you to be able to achieve that, it means that it also has to be an agreement. Like you guys have this understanding that this is what we are both bringing into this relationship. Do you get? So, yeah.
It's just like everybody remaining who they are. Like, just be yourself in
Exactly.
the relationship. And I don't know if I would be having the conversation of, oh, let's agree on, I don't know, maybe it will come naturally based on what each person is better at. If I'm better at finances, for example, I would expect my husband to or my partner to allow me to manage that aspect because I'm better at it.
Yeah.
If I'm better at cooking, or if I make more money, it doesn't make any difference, because the person would likely be bringing his type of value, which might not.
No, I definitely had this conversation with my partner because
Yeah.
I just want it to be known and said that these
Yeah.
are the things that I can do. These are the things he can do.
Yeah.
And these
And
are the
everybody
things.
focus on
so,
their core
yeah. So
strengths.
do you get? So I don't want any surprises. So like
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So it's not maybe tomorrow you're having issues with the fact that
Yeah.
I don't like house chores. Like well at the beginning I told
had
you
the
that
conversation,
do
yeah.
you get? But if I feel like if I don't talk about it, maybe down the line
You know exactly
you
what is
wouldn't
the
know
expectations.
yeah, but now like he knows like what to expect from me.
Yes.
I also know the things to expect from him.
makes
Do you get?
sense.
Because he has also told me that these are the things that I enjoy doing, and it makes me now believe that we can have seen it. Do you get? So in the future we won't have so much because you can never really know someone
Yes,
to the
yes.
T. So like in the future there won't be so much surprise either
Yes.
from me or from him. I just feel like some of these conversations, especially when it comes to finance, there are some very important conversations that need to be heard because you
Okay.
also need to know maybe what this person's plans are
Yeah.
for in terms of like maybe does this person believe in savings, does
Yes.
this person believe in budgeting, does this person believe in investing. So these are conversations that I've had, and these are the things that I've said, for me to be with you, these are the ways I want my money to be
Yeah.
managed, or our money to be managed, to see
Yeah.
if this person's
Is aligning
values
with you.
exactly if they align with you, because some people that just want to live very basic minimal life, and there are people that want to live in luxury.
Yeah.
So you also need to know if those things match, which is very important to me. So I had to discuss these things early on, that I believe in investing. I don't believe in working till I'm 60. I want to retire at maybe 40 or 45.
Yeah.
Do you get? So I had this conversation. So I just feel like it's very important.
That
So
makes
when we
sense.
have these conversations, you would know these things, like some of these questions of, are we doing 50-50 or 100-100 or 75-30 or
Yeah.
25? Yeah.
Now that you're talking about finances, okay, let's stretch it a little bit. The idea of joint accounts in relation in marriages, like, what's your idea about it? Are you somebody that would be going in for
A joint
a joint
account.
account with your partner?
Funny thing is, like, I believe in family joint accounts.
Yes.
But I don't believe in
100%.
all our money, everybody in one account. There's some people that do it and it works very, very well for them. You get? But why I don't solely believe in it is just because of my background, where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a very large family.
The responsibilities.
Yeah, so I have, I am bound to have large responsibilities as compared to the person that I'm currently with, who is like a last born, and the person doesn't have that much responsibility. So if we're ever to join all our resources together, I will be pulling more of the money. And I just feel like to some extent it will be unfair. It will be unfair to the person, because let's say maybe if we are bringing the same amount, or maybe the person is even bringing more, and I'm taking 80% or 70% chunk of the money, it won't be fair to my partner. So for me, I would rather we have maybe a particular amount we contribute to the family account, and I still have my own money. And another thing too is that I have friends, and I would want to, buy gifts and not have to go into the family pool to say, oh, I need to take out money every month, because I have people that almost every month are celebrating birthdays, or my friends will have kids that I probably would be a godmother, and saying, oh, I want to take out money for my travel with my friends for something, is not a family situation. So it will not really make sense to touch the family money. So if I'm an individual, I want it to also be an individual, even though we are a unit. So we'll have the family money that will solely be beneficial to the family. And I have my own money so that I can do, so I can also buy you gifts. Like if I want to get you something, I can easily, so it's not like I'm taking money from family money to buy you gifts. So I still want us to have your savings. I have my savings, but we'll have like a family investment account. We'll have family, joint account for running expenses and, savings and for the kids and everything. But I still want it to be an individual, because you can go tomorrow and say, oh, I want to go on a boys trip. Take your money and go for your boys trip. You don't have to start calculating, oh, it might affect the family money today or tomorrow. No. So I still want us to have our individual accounts.
That's my opinion, basically. I've always had the ideology of maybe like setting out a like partial joint account. What you said, maybe like having a certain percentage. It could be 50%. It could be whatever we agree
anything
on.
That you can, anything that you can bring, really.
And because one part of the family members might be more needy than the other,
exactly,
and it will make sense on the other person for you to
all the time.
By the time you guys start budgeting, it will now be like you will see yourself not being able to fulfill the things that you want to do. And one person might have a particular interest in a certain thing. Maybe like your partner likes buying sports cars and fanciful things. But these are not things that you guys can afford to do as a unit.
Exactly.
So you can use your Vex money.
Exactly. And go and do whatever. Exactly. Like that's what I use your Vex money and do whatever you want to do. So I don't want to feel guilty spending money. Let me put it that way. I don't want to feel guilty spending money. So if, let's say, for example, for the family to be afloat, maybe each person go and work hard and bring in 4K. If you get 10K and you bring your 4K, my dear, use that 6K, buy me something.
I don't want to put a cap. Like I don't want to put an amount to it.
Exactly.
I just want to say percentage, because I don't want to be saying, oh, 1,001, like 50%. However, even if I'm earning more, I'm okay with like putting in my 50%. From the joint account, we are paying our rent, we are running our home, we are doing our groceries and all those other stuff. And
so I think the way I would want to do it, I don't even think I want to do a percentage. Let's say, for example, the way I want to do it, let's say, for example, maybe he earns 4K, I earn 3K or 4K, or maybe I even earn 10K and he earns 4K. I just want it to be that what he can bring out is 2K for him to still be able to manage the 2K. And then that my 10K, I can bring out 6K.
Something like
and
that.
still flex with 4K.
Something like that,
so like,
exactly.
I'm not putting a particular percent and maybe tell you bring 50%. Exactly. So just, we check how much each of us are getting that month. What can we comfortably bring out? That
and how can each person still be comfortable with? Makes sense.
With their listener. And then the one you're also bringing would also make sense to the family account. You get? So I think that's the way I know some people will not like this idea, and that's okay. Like
This
to,
is just our
yeah,
ideas,
to
you
each
know.
their own, really. So whatever works for you, as long as you and your partner or your family, you're okay and comfortable with it. I think that's the main goal. Like I don't think
Yes.
there's any rule,
There's no
or
rule.
I don't think there's any manual to how you should handle your finances or whatever it is in your relationship. That's just it for me.
Yeah, I share the same opinion. However, it works for you.
Watching my dad, they did almost 100% zero in terms of the finance. Like my
Yes.
dad paid all our school fees from beginning to end,
Yeah.
all the Christmas clothes, all the feeding, everything was my dad,
Yeah.
because that was the agreement he had with his wife, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
So
So, however, it works for you, because there's no single path. Like, people have different personalities. So, what works for me might not work for
For
the
you.
other person.
Yeah.
So, guys, we hope you really
Really enjoyed.
enjoyed this conversation. What do you bring to the table? Please,
let's
drop
know in the comments.
Yeah, let's know in the comment section. Tell
Thank-
us your ideology about 50-50, and you know, your views about it, and how you're going to be managing finances and your family, basically.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media channels,
It's in the
and
description box.
it's going to be in the description box. And
We'll see you.
we are going to catch you again next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.